How much sleep did you get during childhood? How much sleep do you get in adulthood? If you're like most of the world's population, likely not enough. Each brain, your brain, has an optimum sleep requirement. After about age 50, however, your ability to release melatonin tends to fall, and your circadian clock often shifts earlier, both of which can impact amount and quality of sleep. Thanks to polysomnography, a type of sleep study, researchers are learning a great deal about what happens in the brain and body during sleep. Currently, the general consensus is that there are 4 stages of sleep. Together, they comprise a sleep cycle. During a typical night, during sleep, you tend to cycle through all 4 stages several times, although, interestingly, not necessarily always in sequential numerical order. Adult sleep cycles last about 90 minutes each. A baby's sleep cycle lasts only about 60 minutes. Being out of sync with their parents' sleep cycle could be part of the reason that after a new baby arrives, sleep for the adult seems as elusive as the proverbial hen's teeth. No wonder studies show that the birth of a baby can result in a great deal of sleep deprivation, which leads to increased irritability, which can impact adult relationships negatively. And twins? Or triplets? Or quintuplets? Oh my, I can only imagine. The first 3 stages of sleep involve non-rapid eye movement, or Non-Rem sleep, while the 4th involves rapid eye movement sleep, or just plain REM. You can see 4 types of brain waves related to wakefulness and sleep on an electroencephalograph, or EEG. Did you know that brain waves are measured in cycles per second, or CPS for short? During wakefulness, beta brain waves predominate with 12 to 25 cycles per second. They have the highest frequency, the lowest amplitude, and the greatest variability, except for super beta waves. They have 25 or more cycles per second and tend to be linked with exercise, drama, emotional intensity, and so on. Do you know what happens during these 4 sleep stages? Put on your creative thinking cap and imagine that you have just gotten into bed. Your room is very dark because of light blocking drapes. There are no electronics in the bedroom. Mine has a small wind-up clock. You close your eyes and relax your muscles, consciously allowing them to go limp. You hum a small sound as you breathe out, which can trigger yawning and help ease you into stage 1. This is a period of Non-Rem sleep that lasts for 5 or 10 minutes and serves as a transition from wakefulness to relatively light sleep. The fast beta waves of wakefulness disappear as the brain produces alpha waves of 8 to 12 cycles per second. You become more relaxed. Your eye movements, breathing, and heart rate slow. Your muscles relax, sometimes accompanied by twitches known as myoclonic jerks. So your partner may not have kicked you on purpose. Soon, theta waves predominate with only 4 to 7 cycles per second. Stage 2, non-REM sleep, lasts about 20 minutes. Your body temperature falls, and you are much less aware of your surroundings. Theta waves continue, but in addition, bursts of rapid rhythmic brainwave activity lasting half to 1 second in length show up on an EEG. Known as sleep spindles, these waveforms signal that information is being moved from short-term into long-term memory, a process known as consolidation. According to the American Sleep Foundation, people spend approximately half of their total sleep time in stage 2. Stage 3, non-REM, provides the deepest and the most restorative sleep. Delta waves of just 1 to 4 cycles per second predominate. Your body's repair processes are believed to occur during this stage, and it's a very busy time. Some portions of your brain are even more active than during wakefulness. The anterior lobe of the pituitary gland prepares 70 to 80% of the daily allotment of growth hormone, which tends to fall with age and during some chronic illnesses. Many neurotransmitters are synthesized. Oh, and sleepwalking. Sleepwalking tends to occur most often during the deep sleep of stage 3. Stage 4 involves a shallower and lighter type of sleep. Your eyes begin to move rapidly, hence the term rapid eye movement or REM sleep. It's characterized by delta brain waves interspersed with some smaller, faster waves. Your brain becomes more active even as your body becomes more relaxed. Dreams can occur in all stages of sleep, but tend to be most vivid in REM sleep. According to the National Institutes of Health, you spend about 2 hours each night dreaming, but may not remember most dreams. Some people dream in color, while others only recall dreams in black and white. The amygdalae, those 2 almond-shaped structures involved identifying threat and processing emotion, become increasingly active during REM sleep. Additional memory consolidation may occur. Dreaming may help you process your emotions. If you're experiencing stress or anxiety, however, that increases the likelihood of frightening dreams. During a bad dream, usually you are kept from leaping out of bed because your extremities experience a type of muscle paralysis known as REM-related atonia, a loss of muscle strength. Unfortunately, sleep disorders exist. REM sleep behavior disorder, or RBD, is one example. Prevalence is estimated at 0.5% of the population. More common in males, potentially it could result in injury because the typical muscle paralysis of REM-related atonia does not occur, and the individual acts out the dream by kicking and arm flailing and talking and even jumping out of bed. Yet they never seem to recall a thing about it. Studies show that REM sleep is far more important than anyone ever realized. It sets creativity and daytime in motion. You may awaken with the answer to a problem you've been puzzling over, or come up with a new concept or invention. The more intense or complicated your work, the more you need REM sleep. Prior to the invention of the light bulb, the average American slept nearly 10 hours a day. Now, with technology of every type and many activities available all night long, think Las Vegas, the average sleep range has fallen to around 7 hours. Unfortunately, exposure to technology's blue wave light can make it difficult to fall asleep or to return to sleep when awakened. Millions of people try night after night to get by on 5 or 6 hours of sleep and then wonder why they feel so wretched or get sick so frequently. The fascinating thing is that most sleep-deprived people believe they are functioning just fine, even at peak performance. Thank you very much. Only they are not. Chronic sleep deprivation increases your risk for conditions such as high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity, and depression. Even one sleepless night can take a toll on the immune system, reducing the numbers of natural killer cells. Other consequences of sleep deprivation include 1. Lower levels of leptin, the appetite-suppressing hormone. 2. Higher levels of the stress hormone, cortisol. 3. A decline in thyroid production. 4. Decreased enthusiasm and creativity. 5. Enhanced likelihood of making poor decisions and taking ill-advised risks. Potential cognitive impairment and even dementia. Studies project that losing even 1 hour per night of the sleep that your brain needs can shorten your life. To recap, in her book, The Healing Power of Sleep, researcher Mary O'Brien, MD, sums it up like this, quote, apart from air, food, and water, sleep, or the lack thereof, has the most profound impact on our well-being of any daily activity or habit. Every organ system we have can be compromised by sleep deprivation. Listen to your brain and body. If you ignore the whispers of fatigue, you may eventually be assaulted by the screams and shouts of exhaustion. Your body will get your attention, end quote. Research has shown that independent of lifestyle, those who go to bed later at night with little or no sleep prior to midnight have a higher risk of developing health problems as compared with people who follow the early to bed and early to rise plan. This was true even if both research groups got the same amount of sleep overall. Adequate quality sleep can be prevented from many health problems and has great healing powers. There are strategies that may help the average person increase quality of sleep, including going to bed at the same time every night, including weekends, shutting electronics down an hour before you want to fall asleep and keeping them out of the bedroom, sleeping in a very dark, cool room, getting exposure to bright light and exercise first thing in the morning, and practicing good stress management techniques. Those with overactive minds who try to go to sleep are on the losing end of a battle because sleep cannot be forced or even chosen. It just happens or not. For some, letting go of wakefulness may induce sleep. Stay alert to emerging research about sleep. The National Sleep Foundation website and the AARP magazine often include helpful tips. Bottom line, Sleep is independently linked with longevity. Yours. Pulling an all-nighter is never a good idea. Sleep matters.